everyone, welcome to our channel. This is Kuen and we are going to start off with a new series of podcasts on our channel. And today we have a very special guest named Manu. Manu is an entrepreneur who works for video services for very big brands. He is really bullish for Avalanche and has launched his really amazing project named Warriors of Freya on Avalanche ecosystem. That actually was a blockbuster and got sold in less than 5 minutes. And working for a really great initiative of bringing artists, collectors, and more of the NFT ecosystem space into the Avalanche ecosystem and launching another NFT series or so, I guess NFT collection that's named the Red Chip Studios. Hey Manu, it's amazing to have you here and really excited to talk to you further.
Thank you, Kuen. Thanks for having me. Delighted to be here.
Yeah, exactly. And it's really amazing to see NFT artists growing and NFT collectors who are really enthusiastic about that. And I actually gave a short introduction about yourself, but would like to hear it from you as well.
Sure. I think we don't necessarily have to do the Web 2 experience bit.
Yeah.
So I'll stick to Web 3. I've been in Web 3 since March of last year, close to a year and a half now, or a little more than that. And fascinated with NFTs in general because I work. My in real life job is making videos for large brands, and I've always been like very close to technology and creative, and I think NFTs really got my attention. I started going in, trying to understand what the tech is, and started participating in a lot of different projects in many capacities. In different capacities, in fact. And then of late, I think in March of this year is when I discovered AVAX. And, I kind of, started reading about the technology, the unique architecture and all of that, and got fascinated. And, and I suddenly also saw that, Avalanche in general, AVAX was, actually looking at growing the NFT ecosystem. And I thought, it's just an incredible opportunity to maybe come here and participate, grow the ecosystem. It's a fascinating opportunity to be very early to do something. So yeah, that brought me here, and I've been around for the last 4 or 5 months now. As you mentioned, we launched our first project, went really well, and now my goal is to really bring more collectors, artists, and everyone together, launch more projects, and have a lot of fun doing this, build communities, and look at doing something really big with AVAX. So yeah, that's the opportunity, and that's why I'm here. Thank you.
That's amazing. It's actually really awesome to have you on board, and yeah, it's really amazing to see people appreciating the art of NFT and building across it, knowing the ecosystem, and as you said, that coming early is actually a great advantage. So let me ask you one thing. Like you said that you were in video services or video creation for the clients. So how was the journey of creating the video for others and then coming to the really different ecosystem, the crypto space, and knowing about NFTs, knowing about the ecosystem? How was the experience?
Yeah, so I think a lot of it has to do with the pandemic as well. So it gave us a breather, which was, mine was a very intense business, right? Going out, making videos and all of that. Suddenly, when the pandemic hit, we didn't have a lot of, work to do, and we were all, at home, and and of course, that led me to, I think a lot of people in India took to crypto as a way to spend their time. And I started reading about it, and I saw NFTs happen. I think this was the second wave in India at that point in time, in early March, April of last year. And that is when I really got it. So I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that, I got some free time to reflect and think about something different. Before that, it was running the race, every single day, go after clients, win deals, make those videos. So it was a constant battle. But then I think this free time really helped me look at and learn about these technologies, and today I'm like 100% NFTs only. I don't do anything else. My company is run by my colleagues, so I have no idea about what's happening there. And I'm totally 100% into NFTs, and slowly, about 80% of my time is already AVAX, and I want to go full on. I mean, spend as much time as possible and try to grow this ecosystem.
That's really incredible. And actually, pandemic was actually a time when people got hit very crazy, and they were not having work, they were not having things to do, but they had a lot of time to explore. So that's actually relatable because I'm also from India, so I really understand this thing. And the second wave was actually a terrible thing that happened in everybody's life. So that's really incredible. But I am still curious that why only NFTs? Did you have any like feeling for art or something in general, or did you opt for trading first, or did you like jumped into NFTs and saw that this is the thing for you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've not done any trading in my life. I'm very poor at it. I mean, so NFTs really. So crypto. I mean, I've known about crypto. In fact, since 2015, we've been making videos for crypto customers. I mean, we've done like videos around how does a blockchain work. What is Bitcoin, all of that. So I mean, the understanding of crypto was always there. I was very well deeply connected with the crypto ecosystem in India. Some of the large entities have actually made done videos through us, and I know a lot of leaders. But I was never into trading. I mean, it never caught my fancy. NFTs really, when I think the Beeple sale happened, it was all over. I started reading about it. I started going online and checking. And then somehow, like it so happened that, somebody whom I met online on a Telegram group was like, I'm selling this for $10. I mean, this is like a picture. And I was like, yeah, I can spare that money because I really like this. And that's how it all started. So I in hindsight, I feel I was fascinated by art. And, I think, and today I realize that to be in NFTs and to be actively participating in NFTs, it's not just, being a trader. It's not about like flipping NFTs. It is also about enjoying the art. And you have to have that, I don't know, some people have this thing, right? I mean, you collect stamps, you collect coins when you were younger, you collect a bunch of different things. And I don't know, all kinds of collectibles. If you've done that before, and if you feel, you like collecting things, I think as we move to the metaverse and life has gone more digital than before, I think collecting NFTs and, having them on your profile and then flexing them is going to be so critical. I think that caught my fancy. So when I didn't mind spending $10 for a picture, I think I was fascinated with, having these JPEGs and owning some of these JPEGs. So yeah, that's really the reason why I'm here. So there is certainly an interest towards art in general. And all of that. So, and of course, pop culture. I mean, we love pop culture, right? Memes and being part of these communities, being part, participating, having like-minded people around you in online groups. I think that is also very, very enjoyable. So the community is again the fact that the community is. I mean, we don't know where each one is from, but then we have fun together. We don't know how old anyone is. We still, take advice from each other. So I'm possibly taking advice from a 20-year-old or a 15-year-old kid who's done really well, doing NFTs. So it's fascinating. I think it's so interesting. Life's always on the edge, and I really, I feel very, the thrill of participating is why I'm here.
So I guess you answered the next question, which I wanted to ask, that are NFTs just JPEGs or more than that? So yeah, you told that they are actually a culture, bringing people together, bringing the ideas together, bringing like-minded people thinking about that particular thing. That's not just art; it's actually a craze. It's actually a thing that they want to actually acquire. So that's really incredible.
Sure,
So,
I think I have this problem of maybe answering questions with really long sentences and trying to do more than I can keep going on. So
that's really incredible. People would love to hear you.
Yeah, so NFTs in general, I think to add on to that, NFTs are collectibles. NFTs. So as I mentioned, if you love art, if you have this, if you fancy having a collection of really good art, I think you should get into NFTs. NFTs are also memberships to certain communities, certain clubs. So if you hold a certain NFT, you're part of the community. Certain people like to flex now, especially you would like to say that I drive this Ferrari and have that car on your in your front yard, or you would wear a luxurious bag or a watch or I don't know, piece of apparel. The same thing applies here as well. No, flex is such a big reason why humans exist. I mean, to show the world that you own something, to show why do we go shopping? I mean, why do these things happen? So I think flex is so critical in NFT. So to tell the world on your Twitter, on your Telegram, on your WhatsApp, that I own this particular NFT is amazing. That's another reason why people get into it. I mean, generally flex, right? I mean, I own this. So there's ownership, there's, the collectible aspect, there's the utility in the form of being part of clubs or communities and a lot more. I think NFTs are going to open doors to, things like ticketing and so many other different applications that we, see getting developed every single day. So it's vast potential. It's very early days. The technology is really good. The idea of NFTs is really good. So long way to go. That's for sure.
That's incredible. Thanks for the detailed answer. So yeah, so like you said that recently Warriors of Freya has been launched on Avalanche ecosystem, and that was actually a blast. So how did you come up with the idea of Warriors of Freya, and how did you thought that you will be making 1,000 NFTs and that too all dedicated to women? So how that idea came up?
Sure, certainly no credit. I think I won't be taking credit for that idea because my job is I mean, while I love to, I am a creator myself, but I'm not an artist. So
Yeah.
and thankfully, I'm pretty good at team building. I'm pretty good at mentoring people. I'm pretty good at building relationships. So over the last 1 year, I've built so many relationships with people all over the world, and some of these are really incredible artists. And one particular artist, her name is Misha. She had a beautiful collection on a previous like a blockchain where I was active and still active called DSO. And that collection was the number one. It was called Unique Cat. And, we became friends. We would chat. I mean, she's not from India, she's from Morocco. We would chat and, we would exchange ideas. And we would exchange so many ideas to a point where, we were just constantly thinking about new ideas for NFT projects. And one fine day, Misha is like, I want to, I really feel I should do like a women-oriented collection, a women-focused collection. And for two reasons. One, because one, she felt really good about doing something like that. And secondly, we also feel there is, sales value in doing like a collection with just women PFPs, right? I mean, it's incredible. If you can get everyone to kind of, flex that, to buy that. I think there is also this idea of, a separate category, which is, women-focused PFPs. So, I thought, yeah, it's a great idea. So I could market it that, I could sell it that, say, it's a women-focused PFP collection. While Misha was, I would love to do this. And she started, doing some sketches. We have another, co-founder called Sirius. He's also part of the Avalanche. He's a storyteller. He's also part of the Avalanche ecosystem. So what he did was, he goes deep in history. He's done a lot of reading on that. So he was like, why don't you relate this to Norse mythology? Because the characters look kind of, not that the characters look like, they were from Norse mythology, but the idea of like a very powerful woman with weapons and with all different traits, we could actually drive the story through Norse mythology and with so many movies being made around Thor and so many different books and movies and all of that around Norse mythology. I think we felt it was a great idea to do something like that. And NFTs cannot be sold just by showing art. Art is not the key. The story is the key. I mean, if you are able to tell your story and tell the world, this is the story, and this is why this person looks like this. This is the trait. This is how a particular woman of a certain tribe would dress up. I think that's the value in owning art, right? I mean, what looks like great art to you might not look like great art to me. I mean, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So, but then when you're able to bring in the lore aspect, the story, it makes it far more beautiful and far more compelling. Because what you're doing then is, you're doing world building, right? You're building a whole universe of characters and dolls. And so people look forward to seeing more. Some people are just happy, having these NFTs because, they love it. And, there's some story behind it. They can tell that story to someone else. So I think that's really NFTs. I mean, it shouldn't be considered, I'm owning this JPEG. And, no, there's a lot that goes behind making these things. I mean, it's not as if the artist just drew something. It's research, right? I mean, so we've taken a lot of pain and effort. It's about 4 to 6 months of effort coming up with something like this. It's no easy task. I mean, it's not that we just ask someone to make something and we're trying to sell that. No, it has gone like it has been a lot of effort and a lot of fun at the same time. So,
Yeah, actually, I saw the NFTs. They are so detailed. The picturization, the idea behind it, as you said, the story, the picture, the outlook, the final product, everything has to be finalized, thought about it, and then it has to be executed the same way. So that was really beautiful, the way you said. So how long exactly Misha took to create those NFTs exactly, and how much effort did she took to research about everything behind it?
So thankfully, we had Sirius who did all the research. So he would share documents with these are the different weapon types, and these are the different scarves or clothes, headwear, weapons, so many things, the necklaces, the earrings. So he would do a lot of research, and he would share this on our talk, and then Misha would kind of use that as inspiration to get her sketches done, and then we would share ideas. And, every time that we have a WhatsApp group between us and constantly keep sharing ideas, and then she will do it. But hats off to Misha. I mean, unless the detailing that you see, the effort, the colors, everything is her work. I mean, I have nothing to do with the beauty of the art. I mean, I've done nothing there. It's just that she's such an incredible artist, and I was able to possibly inspire her to do something, give her the help and the assistance and the platform to build something like that. I think that's why I feel very proud. I mean, I've got nothing to do with the art, honestly. And when I mean, of course, it's a project. I mean, we've done this together. So when people look at it and they like it and they want to buy it, I mean, it feels great. But I think all credit to her to come up with something so beautiful.
Actually, that's the beauty of the leader, if you say in a particular word, that he is always encouraging the team members, and that's actually in you, Manu. So I see it every time when you talk about Misha, you give her 100% credit, and that's really beautiful. So if I'm talking about,
that's the truth.
yeah, actually that's the truth, and that's actually beautiful as well. So you giving credit to her when somebody is working and gets credit, that something motivates them much more. So I think that it's the first collection of Misha on AVAX ecosystem, Avalanche ecosystem. Yes, and I think that it would not be the last one. So it would be really amazing to see Misha creating, building, and spreading her beauty and art all across. So that's really incredible.
Yes, it is not her. So once you start building, right, you continue building. That's the way it goes. So this collection is over. Some of the top holders are going to get one-on-one pieces from her. Then there is utility aspect of holding the Warriors of Freya and another collection that we launched called Bifrost, which is like the bridge. So if you hold that, there's another collection that's coming 3-4 months down the line, because for Misha to put out great quality art, it takes that time. I mean, you can't do it in the next week or so.
Yeah.
So there's more coming, and she's already collaborating with other artists on AVAX as well. So she's kind of starting to build her, although she's very big on another platform, she's the number one artist on another platform. Even here, she started to kind of, she started to tweet. She started to do all of that, and I also all of us want to we have to really help her build that credible. That we have to give her that platform, the foundation to kind of because she's generally very shy. I mean, unlike a lot of other people. And to sell NFTs, it's not just that you have to be an artist. You have to be a good marketer. Otherwise, it's impossible to sell. Unless the other person knows that there's something like this coming. How will you sell? I mean, you can't just draw something great and put it in your room and think that people are going to come and buy. So I'm constantly encouraging her to be out there, tweet, go on spaces and connect, and thankfully even the AVAX ecosystem, I think Mercy and some of the women who really supported her. I think there's a community called AVAX Women on Twitter, AVAX NFT Women. I think there are about 50+ people. They encouraged her. They really gave her the support. So yeah, it has been amazing, and she's also really amazed by the kind of support. Even a tweet that she makes today gets a bunch of replies from people who become her fans. So she's very happy about it.
Yeah, it's incredible to see, and as per I know, Avalanche ecosystem is really, really supportive. So if somebody is coming forward, we will never let them down. We'll always support them, encourage them, and build them forward. So yeah, that's really nice. So Manu, you were telling about the utility thing. So can you tell us about a little more elaborative way, and tell us that is Warriors of Freya just art, the beautiful art, or it's more about it? So can you enlighten about it?
Exactly. So as you mentioned at the start, after doing Warriors of Freya, I realized that I could bring a lot of artists like Misha who are incredible, and I could give them the space and the platform to build their collections here, to build a base here. So I'm already working with about 4 or 5 artists, and there are about 20+ people, who I'm talking to bring on, to kind of bring to AVAX and bring collections. So that's one reason. If you hold a Warriors of Freya NFT, you will be whitelisted for some of these collections that are coming. The next one, which we've already announced, is it's more family friendly. It's like these fun ducks, who are on an adventure in a pond. It's like that. So it's again from an artist who works in a Japanese anime studio. He's putting out great art, and this is coming. It's minting on the 3rd of November on JoePegs again. So that's coming. So my idea is to build, help a lot of artists put out great collections, and help them build their communities, and help these communities also profit, because they get whitelisted on the next drop, and they also have a lot of fun, and they have access to some of these artists. So that's my goal, to kind of put all of these things together, and each collection, while each collection has its own utility, I think what I will bring to the table is a collective. The utility will be for the entire community to come together, participate, make some money. In fact, I mean, if you're able to make certain collections, you will be able to flip them or sell them, make some money. So all of those possibilities are open. We've just gotten started. I think Warriors of Freya happened exactly a week back. So I think we're already seeing great traction. We've announced Happy Ducks. We're doing a free mint for holders of Bifrost. That's maybe 25th of October. It's again called the Beat Max. Beat Max on a trip on tour, which is again some of these monkeys. I mean, who are just all over the place. It's again another fun collection, which is a free mint for holders of Bifrost. So I want to bring a lot of art on chain. I want to have fun doing this. I want people to have fun with the art and just participate, be part of that culture. And yeah, that's the goal. So these are some of these are some of the plans I have for the next 1 odd year, and leading to something like a bull run. I mean, we know that if you're able to build communities, build profiles of artists, and keep continuing to participate in the community. When there is a bull run, somewhere down the line, we will, as a community, be able to do something really big. So I am very, very focused on that opportunity and currently building towards that.
That's incredible. So, like you said that you have recently launched an NFT collection. Now you are moving towards the next one in November. So both the collections are on JoePeg. The launching was on JoePeg. So how was your experience of launching your NFT on JoePeg? Was it like the team was really supportive, the platform, the marketplace was really nice, or did you find something to share about further?
Yeah, absolutely. So JoePegs again. I mean, it's a no-brainer that anybody who comes to AVAX will know Trader Joe. I mean, you take any YouTube video about anything AVAX, there will be an interface with, you can do the swap on Trader Joe. So it's a no-brainer that you'll end up following them. I also followed them, and I saw that, they were coming out with a marketplace for NFTs. And I felt very excited because they are arguably one of the best teams in crypto in the world. I mean, forget AVAX in general. And they're one of the most incredible products to have come out of crypto and always ranked among the top, products in crypto. So, and as far as I understand, a very, very good team. Back then I would read their tweets. They understood the culture, and I happened to just reach out. I mean, just like that. I never thought none of these things would happen. I never thought. So I just reached out to this person called Blue on Discord, and immediately I was connected to their business development team. Immediately they reached out to me on Telegram. We put a group together and started discussing. They loved the art. They wanted us to be on the launch pad. We loved the way they operated, and we loved the hype that they got. And I truly believe, I think a big part of our success is because of them. Because if you are on JoePegs, right? I mean, the world is going to take notice. I mean, at least the AVAX communities are going to take notice because they do an incredible job. It's a great product. Every month, every week they ship new features. So yeah, I've had a fantastic time working with them. I'd love to continue working with them, and we had our ups and downs as a community, right? I mean, we couldn't launch when we had to because we wanted to launch in August, and there was no liquidity, volume was down, bear market, we delayed, and we kept building. But I knew that if I had to do something on AVAX, if I had to launch a collection, I had to go through JoePegs because that's where the community is, a large part of the community. I think the global community in general is, and also the fact that they had already done a lot with their small collection, the peons, and so many things that they had done. There was already so much happening around JoePeg in general. So yeah, that's the answer. I think it's a no-brainer. If you want to work with any ecosystem, I think go ahead and work with the best. So Trader Joe and JoePegs, no doubt about it. Like that. Absolutely no doubt. I continue to tell artists that you should get your work verified there. You should put out a collection there. It's a no-brainer. It's a beautiful experience. JoePegs. Anybody who's used it, they will tell you that it's a fantastic tool.
That's really interesting. So, according to you, if somebody is there who has no experience of NFT and no experience of art, and they do not have a culture of NFTs or art in their life ever, so what would you like to say them, like initiating their art piece or knowing about that collection? Because there are many people who think about this, that if I need to invest in this NFT collection, do I have to what is the thing that I need to get pitched about, and what is the thing that I should know that this collection will be rocking? So that is something which I guess many of the people who are trading or doing anything in crypto space, they have this query.
No, absolutely. See, it's a very nascent industry, right? So a lot of things are are hazy. They're not black or white. I mean, you never know which collection will do well. You never know if the person will run away with all the money. I mean, there's so much here that you have to do your own research. You should only invest what you're ready to lose. These are basics, right? I mean, so. But if you have some money that you want to spend on NFTs, then do your own research. Go into every Discord, participate, go to every group, try to become friends with people who are active in the community. Ask them questions. People are generally very helpful, as you said. I mean, not just AVAX, right? In general, the NFT communities are very, very helpful. So participate in these Twitter spaces. So every project will have their own spaces. Every project has a Discord. You can always DM the team. Get into, engage with them, and understand if they're good builders, and then invest. I mean, or if you find that there's a piece of art that you like, but the team is not great or whatever, you can still buy that because you will still have ownership to that particular art. So look at where you stand, what you like, and then go ahead and I think support, or the best thing to do is to support great builders. I think participate in projects where you know for sure that these are great builders, and I think that's a good way to start. But again, you never know, the prices might go up and down because and it's not just about the collection, right? I mean, there are factors like, is there liquidity right now in the whole macro market? I mean, forget even AVAX. Is there liquidity in AVAX? Is there the timing of the collection, right? I mean, when you launch, if you're launching on a day where something else happens, nobody's going to buy you, and you lose it because people are not going to come back and buy the collection. So there's so many factors. I think luck and timing being very, very important, as well as so many other factors. So it's always prudent for you as a collector to do your own research and engage with the community. And in fact, I'd like to add that I've gone far and beyond trying to put together some people from India who are in NFTs, and I would go on Discords. Like I'm in like 20 Discords active on AVAX. And when I find an Indian name, I would ping them and ask, are you in India? And if they say yes, then I'll possibly send them a message on Telegram. And then I'll start, getting connected and then add them to a group. This is what I've been doing. And today we have a group of 22 people, out of which about 10 are very highly active. And it has only been about 1 week or like 15 days. We already feel that, we've been friends forever. And I really don't know where they are from. I don't know how old are they. I don't know anything about them except for Ramesh, whom we met at Bangalore. I think he inspired me to start this. Everyone is so good. Like, we support each other. I never ever see. I mean, it's a great, and it's buzzing like 24/7, right? I mean, and we go so deep into NFT, traits of certain collections. Should we buy this? And people tend to help each other out when there is a need. I mean, there are even times when it's a hype to mint. We have to mint. And there are 3 mints, they're giving 3. So let's do, 1 each. Can you mint this for me? And so people are very helpful. And I think fostering and building such communities around a specific theme is very thrilling. And I feel really good that, we were able to put out, and credit to you because, if I wouldn't have walked into that Bangalore meetup, I wouldn't have met, with Ramesh. And I think that really triggered this creation. And I think all of us, at least 10 people are really active there. And I think, if there's anyone who wants to get into NFTs, we more than welcome to join us. But you have to be deep in it, as in you have to enjoy it. It shouldn't be just another Telegram group where you're a member and you don't participate. We want active participation. It has to be a community of people who help each other out, and so that's happened. And I'm very thrilled about that happening to me, which again helped a lot in terms of Warriors of Freya as well, because there was constant feedback coming from them. The response help. I would send out a tweet, all the 10 or 15 would retweet. So there's so much help and feedback and all of that. So, and personally, I set a goal to myself, I want to onboard at least 500 people into NFTs and, make that small group that's really very powerful. So I think that's really, my goal. And we're starting new initiatives. Yesterday we did a Twitter space, we're calling it the Red Chip Radio. Which we will try to do every week. We'll try to bring guests and again start working towards adding more people into this ecosystem. And anyone who's really excited, more than welcome. And we'd love to help you, onboard you, help you in any way possible to get into the space.
That's really interesting, and it's really amazing to see you compiling people of like-minded people together and going forward with what you think is the best to support in NFT ecosystem. So that's really incredible, and it is actually amazing to connect with you, Manu. Like you said that we met in Bangalore and then the journey began. So that's something which is really amazing about crypto. When we meet, we make a new family together. Like you said that it's like meeting people, and we think that we have met them and knowing them from a long time. So that's actually a beauty of crypto, and the people who are like-minded, they actually go a long way. So that's really interesting and beautiful. Coming
Sure.
forward to talking about NFTs further, can you just tell me that what are the genres of NFTs when we are talking about what are the people actually performing when they are going forward with NFT? Can they be holders? And can they be traders? Can they be just art supporters? Or they can be artists or something that they can do to support the NFT ecosystem that's growing drastically over few months?
Sure. I think artists certainly, because a lot of it is art focused, NFT. So artists play a major role. I think you can be an artist, you can be a developer, you can create smart contracts, staking contracts, a lot of gamification around NFTs. So you could be a developer, you could be an artist, you could be a collector who simply loves to collect. Put this link on his or her Twitter bio that this is my collection. You could be that person. You could be a trader who looks at what's going to happen tomorrow. Okay, there's this mint. It's pretty high. As there's an opportunity for me to mint, and then mint that, and then flip that, sell that, make some profits. There's that opportunity as well. So there are multiple, and then of course there are opportunities in engineering, which is if you're a developer, you can build an analytics tool. You can build a minting bot. You can build, I don't know, the number of things that you can build as a developer is also immense. So some of these people can participate in this ecosystem. I mean, collector, artist, developer, traders. I think largely, this is, and of course there are also like whitelist farmers, which is pretty common. Where if I don't have the time to get whitelisted on my collection, I might employ someone else to do that work for me. Which is again outsourcing your this happens mostly on ETH, not really AVAX. I don't think so today. But there's also like if you're in the third world, you can actually do a lot of whitelist farming and give that slot to somebody who will mint that collection, and you get paid something. So that opportunity is also pretty big. I mean, used to be big in the bull market. I don't know how it is now because I'm kind of out of that. But these are some of the opportunities. Some of these American collectors would have like a 15-member team sitting in Asia doing whitelist farming for them on Discord, constantly grinding. So that's another role which used to be pretty big back then, but I'm not very sure about it right now. But yeah, certainly artist, collector, trader, developer, yes.
Oh, that's really cool. So we have a vast variety of people. It's not, I think so. It depends not on what you are from the background from which you belong, because developers also have the equal space to join in, traders as well, and artists, of course. Moving ahead, I would like to ask you that what is the place where people can actually collect their NFTs from? So it is just the marketplace, or it is just the people who are getting whitelisted, or something else?
Yeah, so you can buy your NFTs on any marketplace. You can go connect your wallet and buy them. You can also mint them, which is when a collection launches. This will typically be on their own websites or on Launchpad. So JoePegs has a Launchpad, Palau has a Launchpad, everyone like Campfire has a Launchpad, NFTrade has a Launchpad. There are multiple, like everybody has a Launchpad. I mean, some are active, some are not, but you can go and mint these collections. So you can mint them and get something that you like. There are also auctions that happen. Sometimes, an artist puts out something brilliant and there are multiple people who are trying to buy the same piece. So you can, participate in auctions as well. So yeah, some of these other ways you can start collecting. But if you like something, I mean, the best way is to browse through the marketplace. Like you can see, so many different types of collections. And ideally, there will be links to their Twitter, to their Discord. Go there, check them out, and then you can even come back and collect. So that's the way you should do this.
Nice. That's really interesting. I guess in the marketplace they'll be getting much more variety to explore and expand. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
it's like going shopping, right? Some people come.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever they like, pick. It's like you can add to cart. I mean, it's just like going on Amazon. Add to cart, buy.
That's incredible. Actually, it's really beautiful to have your art piece just sitting at your home. You don't have to go anywhere. It's just right in front of you, and then you can sit and be the owner of that particular thing. So that's really beautiful. Yeah. So you have been there in the Avalanche ecosystem for a long time, searching about the NFTs, building your own NFT project. So, how was your journey, and what would you like to tell about the NFT ecosystem in Avalanche? So, how is your opinion about that?
Yeah, so the ecosystem here is very, I would say, in terms of, if you compare ETH and Solana, which are the biggest ecosystems, I think ETH is 150 times bigger than AVAX. Solana is at least 30 times bigger in terms of volume than AVAX. We do about 200K per day approximate. ETH does about 10 million, Solana does about 3 million. So far behind in terms of volumes. But I think the focus of the community and the core devs on building like a very good ecosystem for NFTs is really the reason why I feel there is a possibility of something big that could happen on Impacts. And the fact that this chain is brilliant, right? I mean, we know it. It does not go down. It just the idea that it just works. I mean, it's as simple as that. It's a chain that works. So even yesterday was a mint where it was sold out in under 10 seconds. It was about it's called Wolfie Land. It sold out in under 8 seconds and flawless. I mean, nothing got there was no issue on the chain. I mean, it was all beautiful. So I think this chain works. So that should prompt a lot of people to come and check out AVAX. Secondly, we're building this from scratch at this point in time, right? We're taking this slow. We're in a bear market. There isn't like a drop every day. So there is a great deal of emphasis on trying to put out high quality work, which means unlike a lot of other chains where I personally think the art is trash, absolute trash. You can buy that on rather than buy one on secondary or mint one, you can actually buy the whole thing on Fiverr. It's that bad, the art. So you can come to AVAX. There's a lot of filtering that is being done in terms of ensuring that quality is pushed. So that's the advantage that I think AVAX will have in the future because there is some form of there are already established practices which weren't possibly there earlier. I mean, that's also the reason why some of these things happen on other chains. But there is real emphasis in quality. We know what's quality. We're building through the bear, which is slow and really good, really great way to build. And I think that's why I feel so. Even if you look at the numbers, I mean, there's ETH, there's Solana, then there's Immutable, there's there's Wax, and there's Hive, there's a bunch of these BNB, there's all of those chains, Polygon, all of those chains which are more gamified and not PFP or collectible oriented. So if you look at collectibles, I think AVAX is currently 3 or 4, depends on how you look at it. But the opportunity is to really, become, I mean, I think they're already heard, but then to increase volumes. And some people say this, right? I mean, is volume the right metric or is good art the right metric? Because if you look at Tezos, I mean, Tezos has low volume, but the art is phenomenal. I mean, if you love good art and you want to buy good art, you go on Tezos. That's what they say. So there's that opportunity. AVAX is also trying to bring great artists. And we want to put out great quality at scale. And I'm not saying that we will want to restrict others from anyone can put out a collection, right? I mean, it's in a way permissionless. But I think the community has emphasis on trying to pick the winners, trying to find those uncut diamonds, trying to find quality. And I think that will go a long way in making AVAX a good chain for NFTs is what I feel.
That's really incredible. Thank you for your opinion and really appreciate you supporting Avalanche ecosystem in NFT space. So so recently there is a big news that was launched that now Avalanche NFTs will be supported on OpenSea. So that's actually an incredible news, very supportive for the artists that are building on top of Avalanche ecosystem. And I saw Warriors of Freya there as well. So what would you like to say? How is it changing the era of NFTs in Avalanche ecosystem in total?
So I think it's a good thing because more eyeballs on collections. OpenSea is arguably the leader in NFTs. If not, the pioneer. Anything to say about NFTs, I think it's OpenSea. So having a presence on OpenSea means a lot more people are actually going to see your work, and I think that will bring a lot of visibility to artists who are on AVAX. And I don't know how much of buying will happen because I think the experience of other chains has also been that generally people discover art, they would go on native marketplaces and maybe buy. I really don't know. So it's only been, I think, 4 or 5 days now, or 3 days. since OpenSea launched, but it's a good thing because this will give exposure to the collections that are on APAC, and possibly people who are trading, ETH NFTs on OpenSea would see something, pick up and spy it. I mean, so those kind of things can also happen. So it means royalties back to the artist. Yeah, and I don't know what OpenSea will do to kind of push the space forward, because a lot of it is something that they can do. That they can have a launch pad, or they can do a lot of stuff around pushing this. But I don't know how much OpenSea will do. But I think it's a good thing for artists, and exposure is certainly going to be immense.
Yeah, exactly. It has been just a couple of days in the partnership, and we'll be looking forward to a lot more further. Also, as you said, that Avalanche focuses on the quality, not the quantity. So that is the key aspect when we are talking about NFT ecosystem. So Manu, as we are short of time, so we need to wind up the conversation. But before winding up, I would like to ask you, where do you see NFTs in the next 10 years? A very important question.
So before that, I'd like to, the point that you mentioned, right? I mean, we focus on quality and not quantity. No, we would want scale. And, ensuring that the quality bar is set very high.
Exactly.
We want to achieve scale as well. That is there, certainly. I mean,
yeah, exactly. That's the point.
We will aim for, having NFTs are so much fun, right? I mean, you want to, it's like you want to, it's addictive. You want to mint every day if you're an NFTs. It's very, very addictive. It's just like a lot of other things.
Exactly.
You feel like minting, you want to collect. So I think that's going to happen, and we want to give that opportunity, right, to people to be able to mint. And I think that's where I come in. I can bring so many artists. I can put together so many collections. People can enjoy them. People can mint them, flip them. I mean, somebody has to bring these collections, or high quality ones, especially. So I would love to see scale, and I would love to see so many people participate. Collectors do really well, artists do really well. The whole and if you are building, right, this is what I've seen anywhere. If you continue to build, people will come and support. So all that you have to do is to build every day.
Exactly.
And not run away with all the money. I mean, it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
So in the next 10 years, I think it should be groundbreaking technology. I'd love to see things like, I feel like ticketing is a big use case. I've always spoken about this to so many of my friends that, a good way to do ticketing would be through NFTs. I think communities would form around NFTs. That's a big thing. Another, if you are part of a certain club, you would hold that NFT, and that NFT will be possibly a pass to a particular event. These kind of things will also happen. And PFPs are not going to go anywhere. People say JPEGs will die. I mean, if JPEGs had to die, then anything about JPEGs are brands. Brands don't die. I mean, brands are the reason why we have stories. Humans need stories to talk to each other. It's impossible when they say that JPEGs will die. I think that will still remain a very large use case of NFTs. Flexing that you have something, flexing that you own something is so critical for humans. I mean, you would wear that expensive watch when you go out. You would drive that fast car. It's the same thing. I mean, and more than anything, we're seeing, things like the metaverse and VR and AR and all of these things, really go big. We'll see that happen, of course. And more people will have, digital lives. People are certainly going to get restricted, going to spend so much more time on the internet. I think it's going to be so critical that they would want to flex what they own digitally. So that's going to be a big use case. I mean, some people believe these are just JPEGs. No, they're not. I don't think so. These are brands, and some of the brands that will come in the future are going to come from NFT collections. We've already seen partnerships with animation studios and NFT projects, and the fact that the money is not just going to a corporation, but to also these collectors who are now part of that community. Let's say 10,000 people own your NFT, they are all going to profit, so they will root for your success. It's like that, right? I mean, you love a football club, you'll root for them, you'll do whatever it takes to support them. It's the same thing. Yeah, this is a club. I mean, it's a club. It's like-minded people coming together, and I think you need this mascot, which is like an NFT that you own. So it's going to be big. I'm pretty sure about it. And use cases are far too many. I don't know if it will be called NFT, but it could be called anything. But this tech will be, part of a lot of things that we see day to day life.
Yeah, that means NFT has a very bright future indeed. Also, I have seen there are so many NFT collectors and so many NFT collections in which people own their NFT and then plant a tree. So they are also doing an act of supporting the environment as well. So that's really incredible and beautiful.
Absolutely. Yeah. You can do a lot of things with NFT.
Exactly.
Love you, man.
There is a vast environment and future ahead towards NFT ecosystem. So yeah, so winding up this space very sadly because there was too much to explore and too much to know about the NFT ecosystem from Manu. It was really amazing to have you on board, and I think that I also learned so many things from the podcast today. So it was really incredible to have you on board.
Thank you for having me. Always a pleasure. And I'd invite people who are excited about this space to, DM me and, let's get chatting. I mean, I'd love to onboard you or do whatever I can to help you. So
Exactly.
always love.
So if there is any NFT artist or if there is any NFT enthusiast who is watching this space, would really appreciate you to contact Manu, be a part of this ecosystem, and be a new family together. So that would be
Absolutely.
that would be
I think
really
the
great.
advantage here is, we're very new. This space is just picking up on AVAX. It's already very big on and sold. There is an opportunity to do something big here. Again, gas prices are inexpensive, so you can try different things. I mean, not like you can actually mint something and try just for the sake of it. So all those things are possible on a chain like AVAX, and that is why I feel AVAX has a bright future. Less expensive, high speed. The chain does not go down. So an incredible team and very good supporters, communities spread all over the world. Great teams building. Like JoePegs is a great example of a very good marketplace. And similarly, you have so many different great products that are getting built. Again, as we speak around NFTs in general on APAC. So it's a phenomenal opportunity. Not have to think that NFTs are all about deep and soul. I think you can be wherever you like. I mean, if the ecosystem really is exciting for you to participate, and I love it. I mean, I love it on APAC because I feel I generally want to connect with intelligent people. I want to be part of groups where I learn a lot from the other person, and I found this here. I mean, extremely highly knowledgeable, intelligent people trying to build something new and cool. So I really love it.
Thank you so much for sharing your views on Avalanche ecosystem as well as NFTs. And thank you, dear audience, for watching this podcast so far. It was really amazing connecting with you, Manu, again, and it was really a great pleasure to have you on board and talking about NFTs in such a vast and expanded way. So thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much for guys for watching this podcast, and see you in the next one.